just getting gear loaded up and we're going to head out on the trails. Today we're most likely going to hit Laurel Prong, which is in the central district of the park. It's a less traveled trail. It's about 6.6 miles in length, and will take us up Laurel Run, and then we'll be through the canyon and the hollow. So it'll be a good little trek for us. So let's get going. Hey guys, it's Kevin and Toby. We're at Laurel Prong today inside of Shenandoah National Park. This one's about 6.6 miles. It's going to take us down through the hollow. It's a loop. There's Laurel Prong Falls that we're going to go past. We've got Lucy and the short hairs attached to me. We're about ready to get going. All right, so immediately after you walk past the parking lot, you're going to take a left, and that's going to take you down the Appalachian Trail. It's a little bit of a hike up. You can hear I'm a little bit winded right now. And that's just going to take you all the way over to Laurel Prong Trail. So this is number 17 on the Shenandoah 52. It'll probably take us a couple hours. It's about 6.68 miles like I was saying, and we'll keep on going. Okay, so we've made it to Laurel Prong Trail. It's essentially about a quarter mile down the road once you make a left right out of the parking lot. And this is going to take you right down into the hollow. So it's a pretty quick little trek before you actually get into the actual trail. So let's get on it. All right, now headed down Laurel Prong. After going up the AT, it's kind of a little treat that we go downhill really quickly. I mean, usually when you start at the Skyline, you're going downhill right away. So our hope is once we loop back around, it's not too terribly of a steep exit. You know, notoriously for doing any of the trails within Shenandoah, Skyline Drive entries require you to hike up, but this one looks like it was up at the beginning, and now we're going down, and hopefully that'll level us out a little bit so the climb out won't be too terribly much. Continuing down Laurel Prong, it's fairly straightforward. I mean, it's just we're up on a ridge right now. As you can see, the hollow is down there, so this one follows it all the way, and we'll actually take this on the way out. So the loop is up at the fork ahead here, and this trail and down the AT will be what we take back to the car. So you get this gorgeous view of the hollow as you go through, and on the way in and the way out. Coming up on the, what is this thing called again? What are we coming up? We're coming up on the fork. Oh, yeah. We're coming up on the fork. Yeah, well, you know, it's
Jones Mountain, or
no, we're definitely going to the left here. So I think we've got Laurel Prong, Mill Prong, Rapidan, and Big Meadows. So we are headed towards Laurel Prong Trail. We'll actually come down that. So you're gonna come down that. We're going down this. We'll head back up this way over here. So we're sort of at a turning point. Onward we go. We are about 2 miles in. If you were doing the Shenandoah 25 Adventure Series, which is the sister project to the Shenandoah 52, essentially we'd be coming up on the area where we would stop and you'd be turning around, because that one essentially is an in and out. This one is probably the longest on the Shenandoah 25, and it's probably fairly lengthy on the 52, but it's not the longest. There's definitely longer trails. So this one, we went left at the fork up there. I'm sure you saw we had a little bit of a kerfuffle, and now we're headed down into the hollow, and essentially we'll be climbing back out of this. Every step we take down is one more step we take up, and we were kind of chuckling about that a second ago. So we'll keep moving, keep on grooving. Okay, we're now at Fork Mountain Trail. Correction, Fork Mountain Trail. We just came off of Laurel Prong Trail. We're gonna head down Fork Mountain Trail, and then essentially we'll loop back up to the parking lot. So we are about, I would say, 2.25 miles in. We're almost to the halfway point. But if you happen to be doing the Shenandoah 25 and you're willing to go 3 miles, in and 3 miles out. It's a total of 6 miles. I realize that's a long way to go. There are some really neat water features down here that the kids can play in and you can enjoy. So if maybe you have some older kids, this is a fantastic trail to come down because you're gonna get to see some pretty cool streams with a lot of mountain moss. There's some cool trees down here. It's just such a great experience down here, regardless if you're doing the longer length or the shorter length. One of the coolest features that I've seen so far when hiking park is right here. I don't think I've ever seen a beaver dam or what appears to be some level of beaver dam. So this is about, I'd say, 3.25 miles into the hike itself. You know, we definitely want to leave these features alone, with the animals sort of thrive and survive, but it's pretty neat to see sort of the pool that dam has created there, and you can tell that it was illicitly created, and it's really neat. So such a cool little feature. I'm gonna catch my breath here. So I've shedded a layer. It's probably 40 degrees outside, so that should give you an indication of what type of incline this one is. I can't tell if I'd rather keep doing this one clockwise or do this loop counterclockwise, just based on this uphill. The other one would be a slow churn uphill, and this one's a shorter but much more dramatic uphill. So, you know, you can see great views. It's beautiful out here, but man, we're winded. Woo! So we'll almost all the way to the top here. I'd say it's probably another 500 feet. And then we'll have a flat spot for a little bit, another uphill and then a downhill. And then it's kind of churn our way back to the parking lot. So all good, having fun, it's beautiful. It's a good day. Okay, so we're at the top now. It was quite the trek up. We still debated on if we would go clockwise or counterclockwise on that one, because that was quite the treat. But up at the top now, there's a fire road that sits right behind me. We definitely don't want to go down the fire road. You essentially want to go down Jones Mountain Trail. So it's going to run parallel with the fire road for a little bit, and then that will take you back into the hollow. But for now, we're just at the top. So we're about, I'd say, I don't know, 2/3 of the way through, and I think that we now have number 2 time. We've got a little cat nap going on here on the trail. You know, taking a little snoozer, a little afternoon nap, getting a little rest, because that uphill really wore her out, didn't it? Such a great view once you get to the top of sort of the highest part of this trail. You can see sort of the panoramas 360 all the way around. You can see the Blue Ridge Mountains behind me all the way, all the landscapes. It's so pretty up here. And now we're gonna take this trail back down into the hollow, and then it'll sort of meander its way back to the AT and then on our way out. So we've been sort of down into the hollow itself where the river was, and now we're way up on top with quite a bit of vertical change, and this one should be relatively breezy the rest of the way out. It's a slight uphill, but it's nothing that's going to be too terribly extensive. One of the cool features of this trail is it's kind of got this cool little meandering type trail that goes all the way down the side of this mountain, and you'll notice that it's sort of rocks on the ground and sort of bushes that are lining the trail. But one thing to call out that's important is in the spring and the summertime, you definitely want to make sure you have bug spray on, because the ticks sit on the edge of these leaves and they just wait for you to walk by so they can hop off and latch onto you. So just be careful when you're out here in the summertime or the springtime, because this is one of those areas and one of those features where you'll find the ticks. So we're just right off of looks like Cat Knob Trail, which is, you remember when we initially started this, we went down Laurel Prong Trail, and now we just looped all the way back around with a couple of rights and came back down Cat Knob Trail. So now we're back on the same trail that we started on, which is going to lead us up to the AT, and then the AT will take us back to the parking lot. And so we're in good shape at this point in time. And the child is back awake, so that's good news. She only took about a 30-minute nap, which is fantastic for us. And let's get going. Coming back down the AT to the parking lot. So we are finished on this one. It's about 6.75 miles round trip. I think the GPS says it's somewhere in the 6-8 range. So it's a good one. It's up and down. I'd say this one might be moderate, maybe a slight notch heavier than moderate. If you compare it to the rest of the trails in the park, it's probably even a little bit higher than that. So great trail to go down. The overlooks are beautiful. The trail itself is wonderful. I mean, this is just such a great trip. So I recommend this one, number 17 on the Shenandoah 15. This is Laurel Prong.